What's going on, guys? Kai Chen Chisholm here, more known as Samurai Radio, and we're going to be talking about today what the Miami Dolphins need to do in order to beat the Buffalo Bills on Sunday. If you guys want to follow me on any of my social medias, you can go to Samurai Radio on Twitter. It's at SAMURAIIRADIO. It'll also be on the screen. And then if you want to follow me on YouTube, that will be there as well. Same thing, Samurai Radio. Well, one of the things that I think all Miami Dolphins fans came away with after that game on Sunday against the New England Patriots was stop the run. It was consistent. It was an issue. They just couldn't stop the run. I mean, Cam Newton rushed for, I believe, 75 yards, and it wasn't even the running backs for the Patriots that were making the problems for the Dolphins. It was really all Cam Newton. And what are we going to see this weekend? Josh Allen, another quarterback who is very mobile outside the pocket. Now, of course, people have goofed and gaffed about his ability to throw the ball, some of his misses. He had a very bad miss against the Jets, but he had a good game against the Jets. Wide receiver Stephon Diggs had a good game. I believe Adam Humphries and John Brown also had a pretty good game, so that'll be later down the road. But Josh Allen is mobile outside the pocket. I think he rushed for 50-plus yards against the Jets, and that's something that, as we saw against the Patriots, the Dolphins weren't able to handle Cam Newton and his ability to run the football. I mean, outside the pocket, Cam Newton looked like he was just Cam Newton. He was his same old self, and when you saw inside the pocket, the Miami Dolphins, who ranked number one in pass defense this season, or at least so far this season, were able to, at least contain him a little bit. I think he went 15 for 19, 151 yards or 155 yards passing, and didn't have a touchdown, didn't have an interception. But the Dolphins defense, as they should be, was ranked number one in pass defense. They were able to hold their own. But of course, on the other side of the ball, in the run defense, they ranked 32nd because, well, as they should be, they were the worst team in the league defending the run last week. And even last season, they were awful against the run. It's something that they definitely need to look at. It's something they definitely need to combat. It's something that we fear because, Devin Singletary is supposed to have this high ceiling, or it's someone that the Bills are very excited about. They go out and get Zach Moss in the draft, and then you also have to deal with Josh Allen. So first thing off the bat, stop the run. They need to. There's no question. It's the only way that they're going to be able to succeed. Okay, now our second thing that the Miami Dolphins really need to focus on is getting Ryan Fitzpatrick to show some, dare I say, Fitzmagic, some Ryan Fitzmagic. We need it. This could be Tua time almost. Last season, as you guys saw, the first 2 weeks it was Ryan Fitzpatrick, and then it was Josh Rosen going into week 3 against the Dallas Cowboys, which the Dolphins lost, and then week 4, I believe, against the Redskins, the Chargers, and then week 5, also still Josh Rosen, until Ryan Fitzpatrick came in, almost won the game, failed 2-point conversion. The whole entire storyline by this point. Josh Rosen is now on the practice squad for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Ryan Fitzpatrick is still a Miami Dolphins quarterback because he showed some Fitzmagic. Once he got back in, it was okay. We never saw the Ryan Fitzpatrick that we as Dolphins fans saw throughout the AFC East, except for on the Patriots. We saw that Ryan Fitzpatrick that made mistakes on Sunday show up all the time when he was on the Jets, all the time when he was on the Bills. We saw it, and we knew what Ryan Fitzpatrick was capable. And last season, I feel like a lot of us Dolphins fans, every single time we're saying, okay, when are we going to see this? When are we going to see Ryan Fitzpatrick turn into the Ryan Fitzpatrick we know, instead of consistently at least being Ryan Fitzmagic, showing some plays, showing that, okay, wow, he's actually producing something that we've never seen him do before. And of course, we saw on Sunday, he just didn't, it wasn't great. He wasn't having a great game. The wide receivers couldn't create any separation. I mean, it's been noted multiple times. I think CK Parrott was the one who actually tweeted out as well, and correct me please in the comments if I'm wrong, but it was mentioned that, Jakeem Grant was the guy that was getting a lot of separation. That's someone that Ryan Fitzpatrick doesn't tend to throw to. He tends to throw to those big body receivers like a Preston Williams, like a Devontae Parker, kind of those go up and get it, Hail Mary type of passes. And once Devontae Parker went down, it was really Preston, who's coming off of an injury, no preseason, just the 3 weeks of training camp, really to get, reacclimated to being in the game, to playing the game. And it went south. It wasn't great. Isaiah Ford wasn't able to do much. So they need to be able to get separation for the wide receivers, and we need Ryan Fitzpatrick to show some Ryan Fitzmagic. If not, it's going to look like it's Tua time, maybe. He's been getting more reps in practice. They've been talking about how he's healthy, I guess finally fully healthy, and he's been getting those reps in practice. So will that mean that we see more Tua? Will it mean that somehow, some way, Tua Tagovailoa is starting in that short week Thursday matchup against the Jacksonville Jaguars in week 3? Who knows at this point, but we need some Ryan Fitzmagic if we want to win the game. But it's a whole different conversation about Tua if Ryan Fitzpatrick does not show. And we've seen that Brian Flores has the ability to say, all right, I'm pulling you and I'm putting someone in, and someone that I think all Dolphins fans at this point think was less talented than Tua is now, and Josh Rosen last year. So now you have Tua. So a good game is needed out of Ryan Fitzpatrick. As a Dolphins fan, I'm sure some people are wishing that we get a good game and we get a win, but I'm sure a lot of fans are also saying we want to see Tua. We want to get him on the field. So Ryan Fitzpatrick will need to perform if we want to win on Sunday. And one of the last keys that I think that I was kind of getting back to, and especially when looking at the stats and looking at things that happened in the game that the Bills played against the Jets, Jamison Crowder, 115 yards on 7 catches and a touchdown from Sam Darnold. He was their best receiver on the field for the Jets last week and was able to abuse a defensive back room that has Micah Hyde and Tre'Davious White, who is known as a very good corner. And it was interesting to me because we need that production this week. You know, if Devontae Parker truly is full go and he's going to play, and Preston Williams, you have Jakeem Grant who can be that speedy guy underneath, and you still have Isaiah Ford who's there. Probably not going to see a lot of Mac Hollins. Who knows what we'll see of Malcolm Perry and Lynn Bowden, although both of them kind of are those gadget players. They were inactive in week 1. They need to get separation. They need to take advantage of that. If Jamison Crowder, who is not a horrible receiver, but he's never been known as one of those guys, right? He's never been known as what I guess Devontae Parker in a way is known as right now, but, you know, of course, a 1-year sample size for Devontae. So if Jamison Crowder is able to do that, these Dolphins receivers need to feast. They need to be able to abuse the defensive backs, and it goes, once again, into creating separation, and it goes, once again, into Ryan Fitzpatrick having a good game. Of course, we saw the Dolphins running the football. It was okay, but they had to go away from it very early. You know, Myles Gaskin featuring as that main back, and you had to pass the football a lot. So if that situation is going to arise again, if you are in the position where you need to pass the football, we need them to be able to make plays, our receivers, and we need Fitzpatrick to play very well. You want your defensive line to play better, but that goes into stopping the run. You want your linebackers and your defensive linemen, really your corner, everyone on the defense, all 11 men, to contain Josh Allen in the pocket, the defensive backs to continue to hold their own, and then the linebackers and the defensive line to be able to really just keep him in the pocket, make Josh Allen uncomfortable, make him make those throws that we know that are memed all the time on Twitter, all the time on Instagram. So those are the 3 things that I believe the Dolphins need to do in order to come away with a win on Sunday. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more of me, again, it's Twitter at Samurai Radio, YouTube also at Samurai Radio. You can follow me there. And of course, I will be here with 5 Reasons Sports. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.